I come to Green Acres Farm in Penang, Malaysia to test the fruit that they grow from very good soil. This farm, they focus on developing soil with no chemical. And then the taste of the fruit that they have is so unique. They have so many kind of fruit in their farm. This is Kim and Eric, the founder of Green Acres Farm. They spent 15 years to take care of this farm. It's interesting the way they develop the unique taste of fruit.
Okay. We are actually called Green Acres, Penang. The reason why we call this Green Acres is if you hike from the opposite side of the hill and you look over to our side, our farm is all green. Left and right at this time all brown, because they will be spraying a lot of weedicide so that they can find the durians and easy to walk around the farm. Here, we are all green. You want to walk? Yeah, wear boots and then be prepared. Use a stick to help you find the holes.
How long did you start this farm?
Actually, we bought the farm 15 years ago, but this farm itself is more than 80 years old. The previous farmers, they actually started to cut. It was actually a forest. They cut and then they started to plant, different types of plants. So we bought the farm, all the fruits already here, and yeah, they haven't used any chemicals since that time until now. So we just continue.
Why don't you want to use chemical like other farmers?
I have asthma or bronchitis as a kid, and before we bought the farm, we actually went to many other farms to look, and there was this farm in Aitam just beyond the hill. The price was very low, bought two very nice rivers. I wrote the check already, ready to give the deposit. Then as I was about to come out to meet the guy, I told my wife, I have trouble breathing. I don't feel comfortable. They were spraying because beside they actually planted long beans and they just sprayed the farm. And that was the first time I knew, yeah, this chemical, it's really causing me very, it's triggering my allergy. So I said, if I buy the farm here, I'm going to die here and nobody would know. Because you imagine you already have, and I don't feel comfortable already. So I said, no. I tore up the check. I said, no, let's go. Then we found this place. Hasn't used any chemicals. When I walk, I feel fine. I feel good. So, okay. That's why we bought the farm.
So you haven't used any chemicals since you bought the farm?
Unless you call mosquito repellent. Yeah, otherwise no. We make our own compost, we make our own bokashi. We try and do everything on the land using local materials.
What is the biggest problem when you don't use chemical like normal farmers?
Oh, the fruits have got, you don't harvest 100% of the fruits. They don't look very good, they always have got holes here and there.
Can you compete with other people with your products not perfect like that?
Good question. After what you have told me about what other farms are making, but our main target is not to sell wholesale durians. Our main target is for people to come and visit and eat and retell our story, and hopefully when they go back they bring with them an understanding of why it's safer to eat fruits which are grown without chemicals than the commercial ones.
Do you think the customer can tell your durian, your fruit is different from other people?
I think most cannot, but those who choose to come here, I believe they want to learn something. So I think 50% of them, they understand, and a lot of them actually have told us that, especially when they eat durians, their story, I expect to get sore throat because I eat so much, but actually they don't. So that's how we learned that, hey, you know, we may be on the right track here, you know, we may be doing something which doesn't cause people to have, well, coughs, headache or sore throat the next day.
Right.
Well, first of all, I think my wife and myself, we are quite settled. We don't have to make big money, but before we go, we would like to leave something behind, and that is create an awareness. We've been here for 15 years and we see the farm, you know, every year the food tastes different. We benefit from the people who come, and I think the feedback has been quite good, and I think we are in a way educating people. So I think that is very important. That is something which gives us a lot of satisfaction. That's richness, you know, when you're at peace with yourself. When I stay here, I feel very comfortable. You know, I don't have to worry so much. My water is coming from the spring. My food, I can just pluck anything and eat, and I don't have to worry about it, because whatever is in the soil will be transferred to the plants, the fruits, the herbs, and that is unique to this particular area. Especially if you don't use chemicals, then you are tasting really from the region.
What do you think about your durian trees? Many of them is more than 100 years old. Most of people maybe cut them down, grow new variety that's more expensive and then high yield. So what do you think about those trees?
Well, I think we've shared with the group today, and the feedback has been very good. We also recently had a buyer who is exporting them. They're only buying our 100-year-old trees, and I personally think that the 100-year-old trees, if I were to eat, I would eat them because it's so easy to eat. It's so rich. You don't make money from them, but you do have the, I think it's the pleasure of saying that, yeah, you know, I have this very old trees. When I look at them, I see, oh wow, you know, it survived so long. And if they give you 10 fruits a year, you treasure them. You know? And then I share this treasure with a lot of people, and I'm happy to say that most actually appreciate the complexity of taste of a 100-year-old tree compared to those branded durians. People are simply not aware of how fruits are grown. If people are more aware, like the amount of chemicals that actually go in and the effects on your body, then people will start to hopefully ask the farmers to change. Right now, nobody is saying anything. You know? You can put as much as you, and I've been here for 15 years. I see every year my neighbors spraying more and more and more, and it's wow, you know, it's very how would you say? It's surprising to me that nobody has said anything that you cannot spray so much. So it used to be they spray weed killer 3 times a year. Now they're doing it 6 times a year.
So how many kind of fruit do you have in your farm now?
Fruits?
Yeah.
I don't know, I didn't count. I'm guessing I have more than maybe 40 different varieties of different types of fruits.
Mixed together.
Mixed together, yeah. It's a very mixed farm. We've got clove, we've got nutmeg, we've got star fruit, pineapples, 7 different types of bananas. Yeah, it's a very mixed farm.
If people come to visit your farm, they can taste anything that come out at that time?
Yes, that's why we can actually take guests throughout the year, because at any one time, if you give me 1 week notice, I can go and check which one is about to ripen, and I will have it ready.
Green Acres Farm is one of the very interesting place to come and visit and experience the unique taste of fruit. It's so good.